So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to complete a just recently solved new Easter egg on Firebase Z involving the jump pads, as many of us believe that there was an Easter egg tied to those, and there is. But the actual steps involved are kind of weird and definitely something we've never seen before in zombies. So no pun intended, let's jump into it. And just to be clear, I take no credit in finding this Easter egg. All the credit and props go to GlitchingQueen and her crew for discovering this Easter egg. I'll leave a link to her channel in this video's description. Go and show us some love. So before you can do this step, you'll need to activate the 3 ether reactors around the map to turn on power and pack-a-punch, as well as use every single jump pad once. There are 6 around the map, and I'll show you their locations now. 2 of them are in mission control, 1 next to stamina up, and then 1 just outside of it. So you'll need to launch yourself on both of those. Then there are 2 in the data center, 1 pointing towards mission control and another pointing towards jungle defense. And in jungle defense, you've got 1 on this side and then another on the opposite side. Once you've activated every jump pad, we can move on to the main part of this Easter egg. And this is where things are going to get a little bit crazy. Now, you can do this in co-op and in solo. It's not impossible. And the way that I did this in solo is that I trapped a zombie in the essence trap at the end of the round, giving me tons of times to attempt this Easter egg without any zombies interrupting me. Now, for this next step, 1 of the 6 launch pads is going to have a green button illuminated on this keypad, as you can see right here. This only appears once all 6 jump pads have been used, and shooting it is going to activate this Easter egg step, but you got to be prepared, because once you shoot this, you're in for the long haul. Once you've shot this green button, you'll hear musical countdown timer, and then on the screen you're going to see a direction that you're going to have to move on the pad, very similar to like a dance mat game. It's crazy. You have to match the movement that is shown on screen by moving your character in that direction within the split second that it appears on the screen. If you do this in time correctly, matching all 6 movements, the launch pad will launch you for free automatically into a new area, where one of the 2 launch pads in that area is going to be the next pad you're going to have to run to and shoot the button. But you have a very short amount of time to find the next launcher and activate the next part of the sequence of steps in order to keep this Easter egg progressing. If you're too slow, you're going to fail it, and if you get the next set of sequences wrong, or any sequence of these 6 launch pads wrong, you're going to have to redo the Easter egg all over again on the following round. As you saw there at Rocky Defense, I messed it up by not moving my character too far to the right, and there's many attempts I've done where, if for instance it's showing me to move backwards, I've not moved my character further back enough, or I've backed off completely onto the pad, and that will count as a fail. It is quite incredible how precise you have to be with your movements, not to overdo it and not to underdo it either, but you have to get every 6-step sequence right on all 6 launchers, one after another, without any fails, in order to complete this Easter egg. Now, GlitchingQueen has created a very useful image that shows all the movements on all of these different jump pads, so you can look at this ahead of time so you know exactly what movements are coming up. And I'll link that in this video's description so you can open it and look at it when you're attempting this. Let me show you my successful attempt completing this Easter egg. My first jump pad was in front of mission control, and I know that I'm going to be going right, down, up, left, right. And as you can see, I didn't overdo going backwards, because if I did, I would have gone off the pad and it would have counted as a fail. So now I'm gone over to Rocky Defense, and I'm quickly checking to see which lander it's going to be. It's not that one, because the light is not green on that one, so I know it's going to be this one going over towards the jungle defense. And this one is giving me a lot of grief in my attempts just from one of the right directions. So it's up, then it's right, left, right, and then down. And I nearly messed that one up as well. You can see it nearly wasn't even a down movement, but it somehow counted, so I'm really happy. So now we're over to jungle defense, and I've checked it's not that one, so I'm going to run over and it's going to be this one. And this one's a really nice one because it's simply going from left to right to left to right, so I don't need to think too much about it. But every time and making sure that I've centered myself on the pad so that I'm perfectly centered. I'm not too far forward, I'm not too far back, because if any of them involve forwards or backwards movements, if you're either too far forward or too far back, it's obviously not going to count that movement if you need to go forwards, for instance, because you're just too pushed up. So I know I did that last pad in mission control. So now I've got this one, which is a lot nicer because it's simply a forwards, backwards. So forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, and there we go, we've got that one. At this point, I'm starting to get a little nervous. My heart's racing here because, again, if you fail this, then you're going to have to go push around, and I started this at round 9. I'm now on round 19, so I've definitely had a few failed attempts, and you're definitely not going to get this on your first go because it is a difficult Easter egg, that's for sure. But moving on to this one, so I'm going forwards, right, left, up, left, and you see that was a little bit dodgy as well, but it still counted, so I'm really, really happy about that. And now my heart is truly pumping because I've only got one more to do, and it's this final one here in the data center. And I was a little bit scared because it starts with a down movement, and again, if you overshadow that, overthrow it, you're just going to go off the pad. So we went down, left, right, left, up, and I was hella nervous because I was nearly off the pad then for that. But once we've got that, that's it. You don't get any confirmation noise or any sort of indicator that you've got this done, apart from going up to the jump pad, and you now see that it costs 0 rather than the 500 points, which is really, really cool. Now, this lasts for the entire rest of your game, but once you close the game or you end the game, the Easter egg will be inactive, and you'll have to redo all this again if you want to get free jump pads for your next game. Now, do I think this is a useful Easter egg? Probably not. I doubt that any of you will really ever need to do this because the jump pads are only 500 points. I assume probably later in the game you'll be using these quite a lot to get around the map, and you're going to have 500 points spare. So is this Easter egg worth it? I don't think so. It's definitely not worth it, but a really cool Easter egg nonetheless. The mechanics are incredibly impressive, and you've got to give it to Treyarch. It's been, what, 13 years of zombies, and they've never had a Dance Dance Revolution dance mat Easter egg before until this map. And of all the maps, it's Firebase Z, right? But there we have it. Not quite the jump pad Easter egg I had in mind. When you see all of these sort of landing pads with numbers on them, you think that would be part of an Easter egg, but it doesn't turn out to be the case. It's the actual jump pads themselves that are the main Easter egg for this. Let me know what you think of this Easter egg down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like rating. It really helps me out. And also check out GlitchingQueen's channel linked in this video description, and just go over to her channel. Say thanks for finding this Easter egg, and also thank her crew as well. On your screen now, you're going to find another really useful Firebase Z Easter egg video, so click it. I'll see you there in just a few moments. If you love zombie posters, I have an incredible Cold War Zombies poster that's just launched that you can grab via the link in the description. It is a full-on movie-sized poster, double-ended, with Park in D Machina and Samantha Maxis in the Dark Ether. You can have it up whichever way you want. It looks fantastic. If you want to grab one, there is a link in the description, along with my Cold War Zombies perk poster pack that now contains the Tombstone perk as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.